Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So this is the 0 to 30K per month scaling roadmap for cleaning business owners. And first of all, who is this roadmap made for? Right? Well, it's for any cleaning business owners who want to scale their business from 0 to 30K and plus per month, right? Really fast, right? Could even be for well-established cleaning business owners, right, who have been in the game for years, let's say, but they want to know the recent trends on how to make more money with the power of ads, the power of marketing, the power of having a good backend system with AI and whatnot, right? So it could be for any cleaning business owners who just want to learn more, and especially this is really towards beginners who wants to start a cleaning business, but they don't know how to start. All right, so put in perspective, your whole backbone of your business when you start it is your acquisition channels, how you bring the clients, right? Because that's how you make the money. At the end of the day, you're starting a business to make money, right? Money talks, right? Anyways, you're in the business to make money, right? So if you don't have the systems that actually brings you the money, what, you want to wait 2-3 years to be profitable, to see good income coming in? No, you want to make it in months, and it's actually really possible, right? And I'll show you like a quick case study. I'll talk to you about a client of mine, right, who we managed to, I'll let it for after, all right, but you understand. Anyways, the 30K a month framework. So the foundations for growth. First of all, you want to choose your niche, either residential or commercial. But the thing I really put a pain point on is what? Well, it's the fact that residential is way easier to start, right? It's way easier to close, to start, and to prove yourself, right? There's a lot of houses, and trust me, there's a lot of households that actually are looking for cleaners, right? And the thing is that I like about this business, about cleaning businesses, is that you already have the product market fit. Cleaning, everybody knows about cleaning, everybody believes in cleaning, right? Like it's not a service that you need to prove that it works. No, everybody knows the cleaning. You're already at the product market fit. The product market fit part is already taken care of, right? So let me just get my few whiteboard. Give me 2 seconds. Perfect. There it is. All right, so there you are. Anyways, okay, so you have 3 stages. Sorry for my poor written calligraphy. Anyways, you have the product market fit, you have the product market fit. So this is where you want to prove yourself, you prove your product to see if it really works, if there's a demand, if the product in itself could sell, right? So if there's a market to sell it to, sorry, that's the first stage. All right, and this is where a lot of business owners, when they start creating a business, are, right? Like ads, let's say, specific AI, specific SaaS, let's say. Now in your case, for cleaning, you want to open, or you already have a cleaning business, you already at the this stage is already done, right? This stage is already done, right? Like people already believe in the product, they already believe in the service. You don't have to convince them as much, right? Like if you get a lead, if you get a client, all you have to convince them on is why you and not the other. So who has the best offer, right? That's the first stage. Now the second stage is scaling. Scaling phase. That's my favorite stage. That's when you scale. That's when you augment the budget. You invest more in your business. You scale. That's where you make the money. That's where you make the money, right? That's where you make the money, right? So scaling is once you figured your product, once you're sure that there's a product market fit for your service or your product, then you scale, right? And for example, in my example, in my case, right, I own a marketing agency. right? I run ads for cleaning businesses. Well, let's say I had a set of systems that I created for cleaning businesses. At the beginning of my journey, I tried first to get the product market fit stage up and running. So done with, right? So I created systems. So I saw if those systems worked, right? If it worked, then good. My ads, my skills, did it work? That's good. Was it a demand for my specific service, right? There was a demand. That's good. And on and all, I finished the product market fit. Then I went into scaling, and I just scaled the shit of my business. So what does it mean? I ran ads and just put a lot of money in ads, a lot of acquisition channels. This. Just scale, get more clients. That's scaling. And I just made more money. All right? That's the scaling phase. Now the third phase is the hiring, right? You want to put yourself out of the business, right? Sorry for my poor calligraphy once again, but that's the third phase. So once you're in the scaling phase, there's not really a finishing scaling phase. So what does it mean is you're not going to stop your business at 10K, 30K, 40K a month. You want to scale to $1 million a month. That's the goal. You want to scale $1 million a month, but you're not going to wait until $1 million a month to start hiring, right? Hiring is kind of like a subcategory of scaling, but it's more complicated than that, but it's more precise, right? Once you're in the scaling phase, you see that you have a good scaling growth, right? You have a good, consistent, and healthy scaling growth. Then you start hiring, because you want to work on your business, not in your business. That's the end goal. You want to make passive income as much as possible, right? So you start hiring. You start hiring. So it could be hiring an admin, hiring a secretary, hiring a closer, hiring more employees, and whatnot. All right. So that's the hiring phase. So on and all, to come back to my point, it is easier to scale in residential in the beginning, right? If you don't have a lot of experience, because you could go in commercial, but it's way harder. Like even in terms of advertising, the lead cost to get a commercial client is higher, so you need more money. But I wouldn't recommend you to start with that, because if you're just starting out, well, you don't want to spend a lot of money, right? You want to spend it on the things that would bring you the best results as fast as possible, right? That's how we work as a business. So I would definitely recommend everyone who is starting a business to start with residential. Yes, there's a lot more money in commercial, longer contracts, less of a headache, but it's harder, right? And if you want to start building out your business, your empire, start with residential. Trust me. All right, that's the first thing. Now, identify your ideal client. So what does it mean? Well, it means that you want to identify your ideal client. So what does it mean? So what does it mean? Well, it means who's your client, right? Are they residential people? Are they middle class, high class, luxury residential homeowners, right? What are their pain points, right? Is it too long to clean their house? They need a good cleaner, reliable cleaner, an insured cleaner, right? What do they need? What are their pain points, right? At what cleaning frequency do they need the cleaning, right? One-time cleaning, recurrent cleaning, and by the way, always make sure, as much as possible, even if you have to lower your prices, that you get recurrent deals in residential, right? Commercial is already recurrent, right? Generally speaking, it's like 1 year or so contracts, but in residential, there's one-time cleaning, so someone who just want to clean for one time, right? And there's recurrent cleaning. You want to make sure that you aim for recurrent. That's how you make your business live throughout the years. And for example, I had a client who was well established in Canada, who had a clean business with, like, he had it for like 11 or 14 years, either or. Wesh nigga. Hein? Yo, ma mère vient d'arriver, je repose la web, je vais venir te chercher. Ok, vas-y. Yo, c'est passé quoi, man? Freaking hell, vas-y. Vas-y, check. So yeah, he had he had clients who stayed with him up until those clients died, like for years, and his average retention rate of his clients was 70%, which is really, really good. 70% of the clients he closed, he managed to keep, which is good, and that's how he makes money, right? Because at the end of the day, recurrent deals, if you get leads every month, the recurrent deals compounds, and it just grows your business faster. All right, you don't have to always look for new clients. But anyways, so pricing strategies for profitability. So this, I'll leave a free resource down in the description. So if you don't know how to price your things, right, I'll leave you a document with the pricing sheet that one of our clients that really scaled to the moon uses, that he allowed me to share, right? So I'll leave it in the description, all right, for every one of you don't know how to price your things. All right, now the lead generation and marketing. So organic versus paid marketing strategies. So there's organic, like SEO, Google reviews, personal branding, right? Those are good ways. You have to have them, right, as much as possible, especially you have a website, have good SEO, have a lot of reviews, right? And by the way, we have a system that automatically like filters out your reviews. I'll share with you how to build it, how to implement it in your business in another video. But you want to have those because, I mean, they're free, and you need to have those if you want to be up there, right? Personal brand, not really, but it could really help you, but not really, because your business is more local, so you don't really need a personal brand, but it could help. All right, and then there's the paid marketing strategies, which is really important. And then I'm talking about Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads for commercial, all those platforms, right? And the best platforms, in my opinion, for residential, for example, is Facebook, right? Google is good, but for me, the way because us as a marketing agency, we place ourselves really highly in terms of ads, and the way we run our ads is we run them really effective, and we have our techniques, our ways, our creatives are top notch, right? We've analyzed the market, we've done a lot of data feedback, so we ask a lot of cleaning business owners, we did the research, man, and we came up with creatives, offers, and whatnot that really works great in advertising, getting low cost per leads and high conversion rates, especially paired with the systems we have, right? So running effective meta ads, targeting the right audience, and how you do that with a creative. We don't go with interest. We don't go with that. Only broad, because we let the creative do the targeting. You understand? So this will be for another video in depth, all right? But we let the creative do the targeting. Now, the high converting ad creatives, like as I told you, we have really high converting. People love our ads. By the way, I'll show you in another video why, but people really love our ads. And just for example, we run ads for clients. Let's say in Toronto, we run ads for clients, and when we went on and closed other clients of ours in Toronto, they said that they saw our ads and they really loved the ads, right? So this is how you get really high conversion rates, right? And of course, an offer structures that works, because offers is like one of the most important things, having a good offer, all right? And then there's the referral and partnership strategies. Of course, that means when you sign a client, when you work with a client, you could offer them like 10% for everyone who he refers, 10% off. So I'd say his cleaning was $100. You offer them 10% off for if he managed to refer you someone, another 10% off if he refers you someone else, etc., etc. You could have like a whole referral system and a chart for that, right? It could be like you could have more clients. Now, the sales and appointment setting. Well, you want to optimize your lead capture, so having a CRM, so a customer relationship management system. You want to have automations behind, and I'll make more in-depth video on each of these points to show you how to do that. So stay tuned, follow the channel, please. All right. You want to perfect your sales script, which is really important. And of course, I could even look. I'll share with you down below in the description a free sales script that one of my clients uses also, right? I'll share with you that, and of course I'll go more in depth in another video about sales, right? So I'll share with you all of these resources, right? You want to handle objections like a pro. There will be objections. Again, your service is sellable, really easily sellable, right? Really easily sellable, but you need to know how to handle objections like a pro, right? So I'll go more in depth in another video for that. All right, so stay tuned. You want to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, please. All right, now closing deals and onboarding new clients, right? The way we do it is with clients of ours in our systems, like clients of ours, so clean business owners. We have automatic proposal sending with with the price range, with the date of service delivery, with everything, the name of the client, everything, all automized, right? So we have that, and it's really useful because now you don't have to make proposal anymore. So it facilitates the whole process and makes it way more scalable. So once you close deals, you onboard new clients, you send them a proposal, right? You send them a proposal, and then, well, you call them, or you could even do it on the first call. You set up a date, and that's it. Now, the service delivery and the retention. So how do you retain your clients? It's really important to have a good trained staff. You want to have a good staff that does the job, right? Because yes, your product is really easily sellable, but you need to do a good job to retain your clients and for your clients to be happy, right? Make sure of that. So you want to have a good staff. You want to use client retention strategies. So for example, we had a client that we told him, look, next time you go on and do a cleaning, if you want to retain that client, bring him some biscuits, bring him some cookies, or something like some candies, right? These little gestures are really important. And by the way, one of our clients, he had a client whose name was this client's son won a musical championship. So what my client did is he went to that client and said to her, look, I know that your son won musical championship. I'm gonna clean his bedroom and yours for free. And the client was super happy. Oh, I think that's how you retain your client. Be smart, because in residential, especially in residential, you develop relationship before cleaning. Relationship. All right. So you could upsell and cross-sell services, window cleaning, car detailing. I have clients that did that, worked, right, to make more money, right? Now the case studies and real world example. So this is the case study of Sam. I'm gonna go more in depth, and maybe I'll bring him for an interview or a podcast, because this guy managed to scale with the power of marketing and good system. We managed to scale with him from 0 to 30K plus per month in only 4 months. 4 months. Four guys. That's crazy. All right. So this guy, Sam, his name is Sam, CM, right? He managed to scale to that amount in 4 months, right? And the common pitfalls and how to avoid them is you want to make sure that you have a good staff, trusting people around you. That's the first thing. And of course, you want to retain your clients. That's the most important thing. So now, in terms of action plan, the next steps, you want to have an immediate implementation checklist. So all I talked about in this video, you want to make a checklist. You want to implement them in your business, right? You want to use the tools and resources that I give down below to streamline your growth, right? So the sales script, what else I was about to share with you, the sales script, the pricing sheet too, right? And of course, there's a link below, a calendar link. So if you want to get further help and mentorship and whatnot, you could just book a call. I'll be happily there to help you, right? And we could create a strategy for you, that's for sure, right? And then so take action now. Reach out if you want coaching, consulting, or of course for cleaning businesses 10K plus per month. We're open for more clients to make to run your ads, to create new systems, right, to get you to the 30K plus per month mark, right? So link below to book that. And of course, all the links for the resources I'll talk about in the video, all down there, so use them efficiently. And on that note, thank you for sticking to the end of this video. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.